This boxer wants to prove that Jiu-Jitsu doesn't work. And that's why he signed up for a local Jiu-Jitsu tournament whilst having zero grappling experience. And you will be shocked by how it actually went.
Jiu-Jitsu doesn't work in a street fight or just stand up. It's a phrase you hear quite often, especially by boxers.
That's why I signed up Maxon from my gym to compete in a grappling tournament. You might remember him from 2 of my other videos, 1 black belt versus 25 white belts. This was the first ever time he put on a gi, and another video where I fought against him in BJJ fighter versus boxer. I have gathered some footage from the previous videos. The first clip I have is from his first appearance, 1 black belt versus 25 white belts. And in that video, Leo, the black belt, managed to pass his guard really easily.
You could never recover it. Straight away, he put his knee down.
That's going to be a problem in competition. That's why I teach him the knee shield, which blocks me from going to side control.
Second mistake.
What happened? He was way too high and he ended up getting swept really easily.
Keep your hips low, because now you're already high. Boom. Yeah, sit up. Sit up.
Like this.
Go here. Boom.
Watching these clips back really showed me how difficult this tournament was going to be. He had put on a gi for 1 round pretty much in his entire life and has zero grappling experience. But he was really confident that he was going to do very well in the tournament. So that's why I'm giving him these pointers, so that I hope that his odds of winning will increase even by a little bit.
Okay, last one. But here you see me shooting down, end up getting the takedown.
Putting his hip in the right position, meaning that I can't grab a good grip, is going to prevent me from getting the takedown. And after a couple of tries, Maxon ended up getting it, pushing in with his hip, catching me and then pulling backwards for the sprawl. And now there was nothing else to do than to compete. Competition day. It was time for Maxon to compete in his first ever grappling tournament with zero experience. He had to weigh in around 90 kg, which he did with flying colors.
Weight cut.
Not even try.
But then the first problem arrived, and that was tying his belt, which he had no clue on how to do. And then it was time to head into the arena where he was going to compete.
Easy.
There were almost 1,000 participants, so the pressure was on. At this point he's obviously not gonna learn anything new, but it's always good to go over the basics one more time. We did so, even if it had to be on the floor, before going to the final stage of preparation, the papaha.
We're gonna smash, bro. Let's go. Okay.
And then as a last warming up, he had to show that this was just a side quest for him.
I hope he can get 1 win. At the end of the day, there's no pressure on him. Everybody expects him to lose every match by submission. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's gonna step out of his own comfort zone to try and do this, so that's really impressive as well.
And then the moment had arrived, his first match. He was ready to go, papaha on his head, and he was doing all of this obviously to win a medal, but of course also to show that even with zero grappling experience, he could compete as a boxer in a BJJ tournament.
I mean, we're gonna just do it. Who knows, maybe I'm gonna like the BJJ and next time I will become stronger.
He stepped on the mat for his first ever competition match in Jiu-Jitsu. But before we continue, I'm closing in on going from 0 to 100k subscribers inside a year. I only need a couple more thousand subscribers. If you can like this video and subscribe, you will help me out so much. Let's get 100k subscribers from this video. And then the match had begun. His first match, zero experience, but he was going to prove to the world what he could do. And then he just got a full-on leg kick. I'm not even sure how that's allowed. And then it really happens. Maxon ends on top in a weird scramble. He ends up in guard and gets the first 2 points of the competition. Zero experience, 2-0 up in a BJJ tournament. Here, a big chance to pass to side control, which he does, but he was really high up. He was putting a lot of pressure on top, which means that he's easier to sweep. And unfortunately, that happened. And now on bottom side control position, his opponent got points and now they're equal to 2. Inside control bottom, and this was where the big trouble was gonna be. He doesn't know how to defend somebody going to top mount position, so he gives it away quite easily, and now he is 6-2 behind on points. But Maxon doesn't give up, and he manages to push him over, almost in half guard, just full on power, boom, gets him down, beautifully done, ends up in half guard and then in full guard. Beautifully done by Maxon. No skill maybe, just a lot of power, but it works. The right movement at the right time, and now he's only 2 points behind, 6-4, and it's almost the end of the match. He just needs to pass to side control to win the match. But he doesn't get it. He was 1 second or 1 movement away from going to side control and he would have won that match. He just needed to push his leg, a little bit more behind and get 3 seconds of control, and he would have won. But that didn't happen. He ended up losing 6-4 on points, but one movement away with 0 experiencing from winning his first ever jiu-jitsu match. He was tired right away, using muscles that you've never used before. As a boxer you use a lot of your shoulders but not necessarily your forearms, and he was gassed just from pulling the whole time. But a couple minutes later he had to go straight into his second match. Again, a bit of a problem with his belt, but he was ready to go. This was going to be the second of 4 matches, so he knew he had to do it a couple more times. Tired or not, he had to push through, he had to show it again, and then just got eye poked right away. So first time low kick, second fight eye poke. But his opponent tried to get a single leg takedown, doesn't manage to do it. Good for Maxon here. Maybe should have used the gi a little bit more, and then his opponent tries to pull him down one more time, gets the takedown. Maxon tries to stand up, doesn't get it, and then ends up in what should have been full guard, but he doesn't close his legs, keeps his leg on the ground, which means an easy pass for his opponent. Here you can see the inexperience, and then he can pass into side control position. Maxon almost in a good position whilst he was standing up. He just needed to pull him down more, but then he ends up being mounted. And then his opponent was up a lot on points, and it was going to become a really difficult match for Maxon. Again, trying to sweep him, trying to push through, but again he manages to do it. He doesn't care if it takes a lot of power, he has that. He's a boxer, he can fight. Then his opponent was just keeping him in guard. Maxon needed to stand up or pass, but his opponent just didn't want to do anything. He was like, I'm up on points, I can just hold him in guard till the end of the match, and that's exactly what he did. Not the most fun game plan, but it is what it is. Maxon lost again, unfortunate, but he really tried his best.
Next time we enter you in black belt competition. Every win you get, 1,000 euros.
Let's go. No, we'll do it then.
1,000 rupees.
Maxon wanted to prove to the world that he could do it, that he could win a match. And he was so close to first match, he knew if he can gather the power one more time to push through, he was gonna get that win. Again, even more tired than before, but he wanted to show it what he could do. So it was going to be a difficult fight for Maxon. His opponent pulls guard.
Only pushes full guard,
And then gets a sneaky submission, it's just something which he could never see coming. Never having trained in the gi became somewhat of a problem, and this was the third loss for Maxon, and he only had one more shot to win. But I never doubted Maxon. I knew he could do it. He is a warrior true and true, and if somebody was going to do it, it was going to be Maxon.
Sergey, tell me, is my Russian getting better?
Let's check.
Когда бы вы хотели что-нибудь поесть? It's almost perfect.
Когда я хотел что-нибудь поесть, да?
Да.
Слушай, ну,
Давай,
часа
давай.
через 2.
Давай, yeah. Да.
Do you understand?
No, of course not.
I said in 2 hours, yeah, bro?
2 hours? Да. 5 минут.
5 minut.
5 минут. 5-6 минут.
Ah, okay.
5 минут, yes.
5 минут, I know that one.
Relax your face expression.
Когда?
Neutral aggressive face expression, yes?
Yeah?
Don't like articulate at all.
Oh, yeah. Здравствуйте.
Здравствуйте, yes.
Здравствуйте. Давай.
Your Russian becomes better and better.
I'm almost Russian at
Almost.
One more fight to go. And now for Maxon it was going to be time to show what he could do. He was ready. He knew this was going to be his time. He was preparing himself mentally, gathering all his power and energy to push through. One more match, 5 minutes to prove what he could do. If he could get one win, he would have proven to himself that even as a boxer with 0 experience, just on pure athleticism, he could win a fight. This was Maxon's fight. He knew it's going to be now or never. He had a little bit of aggression in him. It was time to prove to the world what he could do. His opponent was aggressive, pulling him in, pushing him out, but Maxon wasn't faced by any of that. He was standing with him, but again both of them ended up getting a warning for inactivity. The fight continued. Maxon now in the clinch, and he was gonna prove that he could get a takedown and be on top. That's what he needed, pushing him in, but his opponent ends up getting a takedown into side control. This had been the problem for Maxon every single fight. When he ends up in side control, he didn't know what to do and ended up being mounted. His opponent wanted to go for the Kimura, and when your arms are already that tired, that becomes a problem. How are you gonna defend that? But Maxon knew it's now or never, and he managed to do it. gets back on his knees, didn't make that mistake that he did before, and just was fighting through. One more time, scrambling, even more scrambling, on his knees, going for his opponent's legs, trying to get the takedown. His opponent walks backwards, he couldn't get it right away, but he managed to get out of a bad position. And that was the problem in previous matches. When he went to side control, when he went to top mount, he couldn't do anything, but now he did. He was back standing even though he had just been taken down. He was 2-0 behind on points, but that's doable for Maxon. And then he was fighting. He got woken up. He knew he only has a little bit more than 2 minutes to do it one more time. He pushes his opponent down, trying to get to a better position, trying to get the takedown. He knows he needs it. He knows he can do this. A little bit of aggression. Now him trying to pull him down. His opponent pulls him to the mat. It doesn't matter. Maxon's still on his knees. Opponent doesn't have control, so he doesn't get any points for it. They continue in the middle of the mat. His opponent needs to do something to try and get it. But then Maxon goes for the leg and gets the takedown. Maxon just needs to pass to win this match. It's almost the end of the match. He is, like the first match, one pass behind for winning the match. If he could do it, he wins. His opponent trying to keep close guard just so that he can't move away. His opponent now going for back control. If he can get back control, then he gets the win. Really exciting match. He almost gets it. Maxon still on his knees. He just needs to put the leg down and pass. Almost the end of the match. And that was it. He doesn't get it. It was after the bell ends and the match ends in 2 against 2. That means that now the referee is going to have to decide who wins the match. Maxon ended on top. He was in a better position. He was one pass away from winning the match. And the referee gives it to the other opponent. I'm not sure how that happened. In the beginning of the fight, obviously, he didn't get the first takedown, but he ended on top. And he did so impressive. And in my opinion, he won that fight. He won that match. He did extremely impressive. And he was dead. He had put in everything into it, but I think he can be extremely proud of himself.
If a guy who never trained BJJ, and I think I did first and the last one pretty good.
You fucking good.
So, give me half year, 3 months, I will basically train every day, every training, never skip. And then we're gonna see, guys. If you make 10k likes, I swear to God, I will train just 3 months. I will come here as a boxer, and we're gonna do a BJJ tournament. I promise you, next time, 4 of 4. We're gonna do it. 10k likes, guys.
You heard it here first. 10k likes and he will do another tournament. He's gonna train for 3 months and then he wants to get revenge. Again, thank you for watching the video. I'm closing in on 100k subscribers. If you can like, subscribe and leave me a comment. Also give me some future video ideas and I will see if I can maybe pick one of your ideas and turn it into reality. See you next time. Oes!